Okay, so what we'll do is we've got to be careful about our signs here. And since it's falling a height of 3.74, I'm going to say down is positive. So this is going to be actually, because it's launched upwards to begin with, this is minus 11. So the distance it needs to travel is 3.74. The initial velocity is minus 11. The velocity, final velocity we don't know. The acceleration 9.8, and the time we need to find out. Now this gives us a quadratic equation if we're using s equals ut plus a half at squared. 3.74 is minus 11t plus a half times 9.8 times t squared. So you can solve that for t, which is probably the quickest way of doing it, but I'm going to do it the slow, more elegant way, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it into two parts. I'm going to take this first part, and then I'm going to take the second part when it falls down the rest of the way. Actually, I think I'm not actually. I think I'm going to take the first part up to the peak. That is another way of doing it, I think. I'm going to take the first part up to the peak and the second part all the way back down. So let's solve one first. Now for one, we don't know the distance that it will travel. We do know the acceleration, and therefore we can work out the time because velocity is 0. So I can use v equals u plus at to get the time, and I'll also need the distance from this one too. So I'm going to work those two out. First thing I need to do is minus 11 divided by 9.8. So that's the time, which is 1.122 seconds. And the next is the distance that it will travel. Now the average speed is 5.5. I multiply that by the time, and that gives me the distance, 6.173 meters up in the air. Now, the second part is a suva on the way back down. It's falling from an initial speed of 0, and that makes life a lot easier, as you'll see. I want to know how long it will take. To find out the distance that it will fall, I first add my 6.173 to the height of the cliff. So I take this and I add 3.74. So it's falling a height of 9.913. And then I've got s equals ut plus a half at squared. And as it happens, the initial velocity is 0, so I cancel that. And I can then rearrange for t. It's the square root of 2s over a. So I'm going to plug that in. Square root of 2 times s divided by a, and that's 1.422. And then for my answer, I add those two times together, 1.422 plus 1.122. And that is 2.544.